So Tom, one of the things I am so excited about in this whole course is the fact that we have been able to spend a lot of time together to really kind of pool and to pull in the best resources that we can find from our own practice, things that we've developed ourselves, but also globally. Like we've looked around and we've, stolen like an artist, always referring to where we get things from, but, taking things like different kinds of protocols and bringing them in and creating them into these beautiful resources to share and to have as a part of the toolkit that people will develop within this course. So I'm really excited for you just to give us a little bit more kind of background on those workbooks and the toolkit and maybe what the difference is between the two.
Yeah, sure. It is exciting to curate for you as the student here. Part of our course, we've spent a lot of time doing that job of curating the best possible frameworks and tools that will have the biggest impact for you in your practice. And so we've got two things to talk about here. First of all, you have a workbook, a single PDF download that has everything that you need for this whole course. And so that's something that we're going to share the link to in a second. And in fact, I think that might be on the download here. So we might have to go, just down here. Yes, everybody's pointing. And so our workbook is the master copy of all of the different frameworks that you can access throughout the course. And that adds to your toolkit. The toolkit is our pedagogical toolkit. It's something that you have already got. We're always building and adding to that. It's something that we've referenced already. Any of the yellow hexagons on our map previously were things that we're adding to our toolkit. These are mental models and frameworks and protocols, little activities and structures. And on this slide here, you can see that we've got a couple of preview examples, such as an action planning template or compass points. And I'm sure that you would have seen Debono's thinking hats that we're also using later on in the course. These are all individual tools that we're adding to our toolkit, and they're definitely part of our solo taxonomy toolkit that we're using in different ways. So you're going to be able to download that workbook, and you're also going to be throughout that adding to your toolkit as you continue to apply these things back in your classroom. And so that's exactly what we want you to do now. It's such a rich resource. You need to take some time to make the most of it. And so the workbook could be used, and Chris, this is an important point, isn't it? It could be used in a few different ways. And I think that that's important just to highlight that we can download the workbook as a digital copy and you can work on it digitally. Maybe, you're working, with a tablet and you want to kind of scroll and scribble on it. But we can also download this, Chris, can't we? And, use it on print copy.
I'm definitely old school. I don't know, I don't know why. I love technology, and I think, it enhances learning, and certainly it can amplify our pedagogical practice. But I am a little bit old school in things like this. I love a sticky note. I love highlighters, and I know you can do all of that digitally as well. But yeah, so you can absolutely do those things digitally or print it out and actually have it as a hard copy as well. And just to be really clear, that each of the tools within your workbook, so the workbook's that place where you can be as messy as you want. But if you want a beautiful kind of pristine copy of the individual tools, as we're going through the course, they'll be available to download as separate kind of pieces as well.
And so let's take a minute to dig a bit deeper. Again, we have this opportunity just to take stock, get ourselves ready. And you'll notice throughout this particular chapter, we're actually getting ourselves ready to learn, getting ourselves organized, getting the things that we need, making sure that we've got the resources to hand that's going to help us and support us and scaffold us during our learning. And so our workbook is a critical download, is a critical kind of resource that we really want you to make sure that you explore. And so this is a great opportunity to hit that download button that we mentioned earlier, get yourself a copy of that PDF, get it ready in your computer or your tablet, however you want to use it. Have a bit of a play about the best way to access it. Create a paper copy or whatever it is that you prefer, and get yourself ready to learn. You'll notice in the workbook there's moments in there where it encourages you to take some notes, space in there for you to kind of add your own reflections. And so that's something that we really want you to make your own. And so take a minute to stop and explore.